This is how to crochet the V+Shell stitch. Some people call this the box stitch too. I am not sure about all those stitch names, but here we go. For this stitch, you need a beginning chain of 8 plus 2. I'm starting with 34. Then I'm going to put a single crochet into the second stitch from the hook, or the second chain from the hook, and then I'm going to skip 3 chains and add 7 double crochet into the 4th chain. I'm using my middle finger and thumb to mark that 4th chain so that I know where I need to put my hook after I yarn over. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is also considered a shell, in case you didn't know. But then we are going to skip 3 chains again, 1, 2, 3, and then add a single crochet into the 4th chain. And that is going to be the repeat. So we are going to skip 3 chains, add a shell into the 4th chain, skip 3 chains, and add a single crochet into the 4th chain all the way until the end. Your last stitch for the row should be a single crochet, and I will leave up the rest of this row at normal speed. If you want to go ahead and skip to the next row, you're free to do so at this point. Just make sure you like this video first, and I will see you in row 2. For row 2, we are going to chain 3 for the turning chain, and then we're going to add a double crochet into that very first stitch at the base of the chain 3. The chain 3 does count as a stitch, so even though we're adding our first double crochet, we are 2 stitches into the row. Then we are going to chain 2 and add a single crochet into the center of that shell. So there are multiple ways you can do it. You can just mark your way into the center there, or skip 3 double crochet and then add your single crochet into the 4th double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 and add a V-stitch into that single crochet in the center there. So a V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all into the same stitch. So that's our first double crochet, and then chain 2 and add a second double crochet into the same stitch. And then we're going to chain 2 again, skip 3 double crochet, and add a single crochet into the 4th. And then we're going to repeat that all the way until the end of the row. For the very last stitch, we're going to add 2 double crochet into the very last single crochet. I'll have the rest of the row up if you want to crochet along with me, but this is the end of the verbal instructions. If you enjoy these kind of close-up stitch tutorials, be sure to like and follow, and I will see you in part 3. For row 3, we're going to chain 3 for the turning chain again, and then we're going to add 3 double crochet into that very first stitch. So even though these are our first 3 double crochet, we have a total of 4 stitches for this row because the turning chain counts as the first stitch. So this is 2 and 3. Next, we're going to single crochet on top of the single crochet right here. And then we are going to add a shell stitch, which is 7 double crochet, into the center of the V-stitch right here. And that's going to be our repeat for this row. So we're going to add shell stitches into the center of each V, and we're going to add a single crochet on top of each single crochet. And at the end of the row, we're going to finish with 4 double crochet into the last stitch. Now I am going to have the rest of the row here for you to watch, but make sure that you add your 4 double crochet into the top of the turning chain. If you enjoy these close-up stitch tutorials, be sure to like and follow. And that's it for row 3, and I will see you in row 4. I'm not exactly sure why this happened, but maybe it was meant to be. But this is the end of row 3. So we're going to add the last 4 double crochet into the top of the turning chain. So I would recommend keeping your turning chains loose for this purpose, simply because if you have a hard time working 1 stitch into your turning chain, it's going to be very difficult to work 4 stitches in. But this is what it looks like. Here's the 4th one, and that is the end of row 3. And we're going to move right into the beginning of row 4 now. But it's so pretty. There. Okay, for row 4, we are going to chain 1 and then single crochet directly into the first stitch. And then we are going to chain 2 and add a V-stitch into the next single crochet. So we're going to skip all those double crochet and add a V-stitch right here. And a V-stitch again is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all into the same stitch. After you do this last double crochet of the V-stitch, you're supposed to chain 2. I, for some reason, forgot, and I can't go back and refilm it right now. So then we are going to skip 3 stitches and add a single crochet into the 4th, and then chain 2, add a V-stitch on top of the single crochet right here. So that's 1 double crochet, chain 2, and the second double crochet. And then here's what it looks like when you do it correctly. So then you chain 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and add a single crochet into the 4th. And we're going to repeat that all the way until the end. So it'll be a chain 2, V-stitch, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, all the way until the end. Then since row 3 ended on half a shell, we are going to add a single crochet into the top of the turning chain. But while we're working the rest of this row, I do feel like this is a really good opportunity to share an old Irish saying I heard once upon a time. I might butcher it, but it helps me deal with my perfectionism. So essentially, every time you create something with your hands, you're putting a piece of your soul into it. And so every piece should have at least one little mistake so that your soul can escape and return to you. Because if not, it'll be caught in that piece until the end of time. So if you struggle with perfectionism like I do and need a reminder that, perfection isn't always the end all be all, this saying really helped me. If I butchered it, please correct me. See you later. For row 5, we are going to chain 1 and then add a single crochet into the very first stitch. Then we are going to add 7 double crochet into the center of the V-stitch. So we're going to skip that first chain 2 and then add 7 double crochet, this is our shell stitch, into the next chain 2 that is separated by the 2 double crochet. After those 7 double crochet, we are just going to single crochet on top of the next single crochet and add a shell stitch back into the next V-stitch gap. And we're going to repeat that all the way until the end. I feel like this is one of the easiest ones because you're just working 7 double crochet into each V-stitch gap and putting a single crochet on top of every single crochet. And since you are working a single crochet as your last stitch, you don't have to worry about working into the top of any turning chain. I will have the rest of the video up, or the rest of the row up at normal speed. I did slow down a little bit here, I think, because at the beginning it's a little fast. But I did slow it down here, and I will show you the rest of the row. And if you want to join me in part 6, this is the end of the verbal instructions. What happened there? Oh, my camera stopped filming because my footage was full. So I had to... you didn't miss anything. But if you have any questions about this stitch or would like to see another stitch, you can leave that in the comments of any of my videos. If you enjoy these close-up stitch tutorials, be sure to like and follow. I try to post every day again. And if you like to crochet, you can crochet with me. I've made a lot of friends here so far, and I would really like it if you were one of them. because I don't get out of the house much, and this is all I do, is crochet. I was literally just talking about how I'm at the point now, I think, where people see crochet and they think of me, and it makes me so happy. I get tagged in so much stuff now, and it, like, every single time makes me smile. But regardless, I will see you for row 6. Row 6 is going to be the last part of the stitch. After that, we're just repeating rows. So I will see you there. All the gaps in my talking are me clearing my voice because I just had strep and my throat still hurts, but the antibiotics are working. But I'll see you in part 6. For row 6, we are going to chain 3 for the turning chain, and then we're going to double crochet into the same stitch. So it's right here. Why am I going so fast? It is right at the base of the turning chain, but that is where you're supposed to put it. Then we're going to chain 2 and add a single crochet into the center of the shell. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th stitch is the center of the shell. And then we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then add a V-stitch on top of the next single crochet. And again, a V-stitch is a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet all into the same stitch. Then we will chain 2, single crochet into the center of the shell, which is the 4th stitch, and repeat that all the way until the end. At the very last stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochet into the very last single crochet, and that's it for this stitch. So from here, you're going to repeat rows 3 through 6, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 more times if you want, if you started with 34 chains like me to make a square. But you repeat those 4 rows, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 4 rows. You repeat those until your piece is finished. If you enjoyed this close-up stitch tutorial, be sure to like and follow. If you have any questions about this stitch or another stitch or about crochet in general, you can leave that in the comments of any of my videos. And thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Wait a second, why is there more at the end of this video? There. Oh, there isn't any more. There we go.